Hello everybody. In this video we're going to open the World War of the Roses vignette painting competition at last. That's why I've got a vignette in front of you, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So to recap, a couple of months ago me and some fellow Wars of the Roses enthusiasts launched an online painting and gaming challenge called World War Roses. People involved in that you might have heard of is Raglan from Twitter and Paul Baldwin, both of whom you can see kicking around on Twitter and the Lead Adventure forum. We got together and we launched a kind of, well, worldwide motivational challenge, if you like, to encourage people to sit down and paint Wars of Roses miniatures and then to post them on social media with the hashtag World War Roses, with a view to everyone getting together on the weekend of May 22nd, 23, 2021, and wherever you are in the world to play a game. And we will be keeping track of those games and keeping score for the houses of York and Lancaster, depending on who wins in all those games. At the moment we've got, I think, games in 6 countries and about 12 games in total. More than 50 people I've seen posting pictures of Wars of Roses miniatures with the hashtag. It's been a brilliant response. Thank you so much to everybody who's taken part. And one of the little sort of side hustles as part of this event was going to be this painting competition, which we're now launching. So wherever you are in the world, whoever you're gaming with, you might want to take part in this too. It's very simple. We would like you to paint and create a World War Roses vignette. So do a vignette basically. What's a vignette, I hear some of you ask? Well, it's kind of in its basic form something that you see in front of you. It's a small collection of miniatures on a stand that represent something in particular, and they're usually kind of almost miniature dioramas, if you like. So, you know, often you see command stands that you could say are vignettes. They usually consist of at least 2 miniatures, but they're on a limited base, so they're not a unit as such. You know, they're usually characters or depictions of small scenes that you see in certain collections or on certain battlefields in certain games. So as an example, this is a command stand vignette for a Burgundian captain in the front there. And I've done this very simple little arrangement where you've got 3 miniatures on one circular base clustered together to represent an eye-catching command centrepiece, where you've got the captain at the front, you've got a slightly different character with a standard bearing eye-catching flag, and then you've got a good old crossbowman firing off a shot to one side behind him, behind his pavés. So that in its simplest form is a vignette. I mean, other people do things like they create almost miniature dioramas where you might be based around, say, a casualty that's fallen. I've seen people do things where horses have gone over on the side and they've done a little bit of kit bashing, a little bit of clever work with green stuff to create something a little bit different. I've seen, you know, battlefield surgery going on. I've seen, you know, fallen kings. I've seen people like, you know, who've changed miniatures to sort of look like they're defending themselves against another miniature, all that sort of stuff, like these little dioramas and the dioramas. But it must be, to enter, okay, your vignette must be a Wars of Roses vignette, so they must be Wars of Roses miniature. Doesn't matter what scale really, we're expecting plenty of 28mm, but we're not really bothered about the scale. It can be any manufacturer. The size of the base is important, okay, so we don't want to go overboard. We're not really limiting the number of miniatures in your vignette, but as a general rule, you know, they need to be at least 2 to make it a vignette. And however, we don't want the base to be any larger than a CD, a standard CD disc, if it's circular, or we don't want it to be any larger than a standard CD case. If it's a square base, any bigger than that, it starts to get a bit excessive and it becomes officially a diorama, really, or something larger than a vignette. So those are the sort of basic size rules. The competition is open right now, So it's open from today, which is the 14th of February 2021. We're going to give you 6 weeks to create an entry. It's free to enter, obviously, and the entries will close at 8 o'clock on Sunday the 28th of March. You've got until 8 o'clock Sunday the 28th of March 2021. So you've got 6 weeks to do this. To enter, here's what you do. You put your vignette together, you take a really good picture of it, and then you post it on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag WWR Vignette. That's hashtag WWR Vignette. Please post your entry with the hashtag. If you don't use the hashtag, we may well not see it. Your entry won't be counted. Okay, if you don't use the hashtag on social media, we won't see it. Alternatively, post on the LED Adventure Forum website in the thread for World War Roses. There's a link to this in the description below. So take a look at that. That's the LED Adventure Forum, which is a well-known miniature wargaming website. If you're not already a member, it's really easy to register and sign up and post in the thread. There's only one entry per person, so please only enter once, and you only put one forward for your entry. We're not taking entries on Facebook because it's too difficult to track the hashtag on Facebook, and we don't have a Facebook page for this competition. So please, entries only via Instagram, Twitter, or the LED Adventure Forum. If you try and enter on Facebook, your entry won't be counted. Few simple bits and pieces as well. Please make sure that your pictures are clear, well lit, and in focus. Judging will take place over the Easter weekend by a panel, and we will announce the winner on social media on Sunday, April the 18th. And the prize, which we've built up a little bit, but rightly so, it's fantastic. Okay, the main bulk of the prize is an army bundle from Athena Miniatures, who you may know recently did a Wars of the Roses Kickstarter to produce a brand new series of metal 28mm Wars of the Roses miniatures. I'll put some pictures up for you so you can see some of them. Very nice they are too. Beautiful miniatures. The army bundle, so this is what you'll get if you win. If you come first, this is what you're going to get. You'll get Mounted Command, Mounted Knights, Hobbyists, Foot Generals, Foot Knights, Archers, Billmen, Officers, 4 crossbow, 4 handgunners, Heavy Billmen and Pikemen ×8, Bombard and Crew. Total retail £186. That's right, £186 of 28mm brand new Wars of the Roses miniatures. And all of us owe a hugely warm thank you to John Kabosh of Athena Miniatures, who's generously put this prize up for us. He organised this fantastic Kickstarter for Wars of the Roses for this new line of metals, and then he's just gone live with the retail sale of them too. They were so successful, he hit the Kickstarter easily, and now all of that line is available to buy on his website. The link's below if you want to check it out and have a little look at what you're going to be winning, get a taste for what you might win, and also perhaps have a little look and see if you want to buy some and involve them in your entry maybe. But once again, thank you so much, John. What a generous, fantastic prize, and if you get a chance, check out Athena Miniatures. On top of that, you're going to get a pen and sword book about the Battle of Barnet, brand new, and a brand new set of 8 Vallejo washes. So it's the basic Vallejo wash set. Okay. Total value of all that, just over 200 quid. Somewhere in the region of £206. Sorry, no, £216 roughly. And there's at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 12 Foot Generals. There's well over 60 miniatures. Okay, I'll put a full list below. put the full list below. More like 70 miniatures in fact. Full list below, so it's 70 plus miniatures, 186 quid's worth of miniatures, one book, one set of Leho washes. That will go to one very, very lucky winner. So how do you win? What we're looking for? Very simple, yeah? The judging, the panel, we'll have at least 3 people on the panel. Hopefully, I mean, you know, the people behind WotR Roses will be on it, obviously. Probably at least myself and Gareth and probably Paul, and we'll judge it together. We're going to try and involve somebody who's at least knows a bit more about painting than us to give a bit of a sort of an expert's eye view in the panel as well. We'll try and get a professional painter involved to give a sort of precise eye on it. But in general, we'll be looking for, you know, creativity. Historical accuracy is important, but not essential. We won't be nitpicking about, you know, they didn't have a certain crossbow at a certain era. You know, we're not going to be too fussed about that. It needs to be reasonably historically accurate within, you know, normal sense of the wargaming word. We want to see just things that are a little bit different, and, you know, obviously being well painted is important and sort of carefully positioned and thought out. We're paying attention to the base as well as the miniatures themselves, of course. You can have printed flags, you know, don't feel like your flag has to be painted by you to count as an entry. You know, a flag that's provided by a manufacturer is okay if you want to include flags. Of course, if you've got a really beautifully well painted flag that you've done yourself, you know, that might get you extra points, but we're not going to disqualify anybody who's got flags that are printed. But of course, the entirety of your miniatures must have been painted by you. Please don't enter miniatures that have been entered in a previous competition. So these must be a new effort by you. Reason being, we don't want to, you know, have people come in with using the letter but not the spirit of the law, if you like, by maybe entering something that's won a previous competition. You know, you could have somebody who comes in who's won a vignette with a vignette at Salute or something a couple of years ago and just puts that in, you know, and then wins. Something that's new by you specifically for this contest, please. Please don't cheat. If you're in the shortlist to win, we will be contacting you direct to ask for some proof, just simple, really simple proof that it is yours that you've entered. So we'll be asking for obviously additional photos. Won't tell you any more, although I'll give the game away, but we'll be asking for 1 or 2 additional pictures for those that are in the running to win, to avoid the risk of people cheating. And yeah, good luck. So to recap, dead simple. We want to see a Wars of Roses vignette, painted by you, no bigger than a CD in size. The base must be 2 miniatures minimum to count as a vignette. Any scale, any manufacturer, must have been done by you specifically for this competition. You have 6 weeks from today, and to enter, you must post on either Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag WWR Vignette or the Lead Adventure Forum World War of the Roses thread linked below. Please don't post on Facebook with an entry because we won't see it and it won't count. Deadline again, once a reminder of that, a little reminder of that deadline. Which we will need to stick to because we're expecting quite a few because of the prize being so good. It's 8 PM on Sunday the 28th of March. That's 8 PM GMT, okay? That's 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, which is British time, basically. So please check, okay, if you're in a different time zone. 8 o'clock Sunday the 28th of March. Anything after that won't be counted. Anything without the hashtag or not appearing on the Adventure Forum won't be counted. And winner announced Sunday the 18th of April. Obviously, we will be doing like little vignettes, and you'll see videos with us us guys who are part of the WotR Roses, World War of the Roses organising team, doing vignettes and things. Obviously, we can't enter. We'll be posting pictures of vignettes all the time and stuff to inspire people and get involved in little videos and things. But obviously, ourselves, that's Paul, Raglan and me. Obviously we won't be awarding the winner to anybody involved in the organisation of World War of the Roses. It will be an external winner, obviously. Good luck, guys. If you've got any further questions, pop them in the comments below, or I'm easy to find on Twitter and Instagram at Winston_ab_Reese. Links are in my bio. Feel free to pop on and ask me any questions. Can't wait to see some entries. See you soon.